がままだそしてこんな青春だからもう離さないでこのまま Move ここで二人愛を刻もう好きだよラララララここで二人愛を刻もう好きだよラララララちょっとだけロマンティックで限界を超えてやるってあなたは私がいないとダメじゃみんなそう思うよ囚われたようだ With you 生きんかできない With you 乙女心知らない君と別れればどうだほっとふざけ嘘ついちゃったダメなく You know that 倍返ししてやるよどうだ抑えるなんかはいらない物にはリアル Drama make you feel 甘い夢などを見せるよそしてこんな青春だからもう離さないでこのまま Move ここで二人愛を刻もう好きだよ Oh la 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 ここで二人愛を刻もう好きだよ Oh la 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 la
Hello, can you hear me?
Oh, I was wondering why, because my fucking mic was muted. Yeah, I've just been talking with no sound. Anyway, that was the longest fucking troll of all time. I was like, hey, fucking, what are you doing? Googling how to hang yourself at home, but you couldn't hear me, so that's why. Hey, it's Smokey, I think, maybe. I don't know. Let's cover up the ding dong.
I was literally trying to tell you, just to come in to tell you you're muted, you dumblet.
Oh, that's it. Okay, are you Gorn?
I'm Gorn, but I'll be back. So yeah, do your thing, and yeah, have a
Wonderful.
good show. I'll see you shortly. Yeah. All right. Okay.
All right. Wonderful. Great. I'm gonna hang myself. Okay. Just kidding. In Minecraft. Yeah. Here we are. What? And your hair is wetter than an illegal alien's. Wow, that's fucking racist. No sound. Can't hear ya. You're muted, dumblet. You fucking idiot. Sky out. Get the fuck out of here. You're banned. You're Gorn. I'm banning you from the channel. I have that kind of authority. Yeah, I was going to talk about critical race theory, but
That's a
You're
big
muted.
topic.
Well, I was literally just inundated with fucking you're muted. You're muted. Your fucking audio shit. You sound like a fucking dildo let loose in a washing machine. You're fucking idiot. Yeah, I know. Christian
Hey,
channel.
can I say something quick? Well, because I don't have much time.
Sure.
I'll be out. Everybody seems to be presenting olive branches now to Nokasuchi, and I will chime in as
Wait,
well.
Olive Branch is in fucking what's his name? Fucking Praise his sister? Or are you talking about Are you talking about
Nokasuchi.
like a? No, I mean you said Olive Branch, so I assume you meant the person
Oh,
whose username is Olive Branch, because that's a
no, I
well-known thing.
meant
No,
more in the classical thing of offering a token of peace, or
uh,
you know, like the Romans did, like with an olive
right,
branch. You want to say, oh, okay, no more hostilities in that matter. So I've accused, I think rightfully so, the assumption was a rightful one, that Nokasuchi on his channel, some of my
right.
comments were removed, because obviously I thought, well, who could remove comments? Obviously the channel owner. But it seems to be the case. Now I'm revising it, that it might have been John Peterson all the time, because I didn't know that John Peterson has had that big influence on this channel, like equal rights on this channel. So I think it was actually John Peterson all the time, removing my comments or censoring me. So maybe it actually wasn't Nokasuchi. So I take that accusation back. I don't know
Right.
for sure, but you know,
It could be. I don't know. I'm
yeah.
pretty sure it is because everyone who was banned on Nox channel is also still banned on fucking Speed of Methamphetamine's channel. So,
Yeah, well,
and he's a mod over there, so he's got that kind of control, power,
yeah, but
unlimited power.
I didn't know that he made a comment recently on Nox channel, like, oops, that is actually John Peterson, and I was still logged in as the channel owner, right? So you depending on how you log in, you will be seen as the person or the channel owner. So, and I was not aware that he has control rights over the channel to this extent. This is like a situation like in the Non Sequitur show, basically.
I mean, like it's a whole Cheshire Vic, like fucking Kyle and what the fuck is that other goofy looking
Steve
balding
McRae?
fuck? Steve, yeah, Steve Mc fucking. I can't think of a good one
But
right
he's
now. Yeah,
not
that guy.
balding. Did
Isn't he?
you think about not well, to the extent of his age, I guess normal balding. I guess.
Hold on. Ignore my porn history. Okay.
Anyway, I just wanted to be quick. I have to do stuff in the garden.
Okay.
In a minute. So that was all I wanted to say.
Oh, okay. What do you mean he's not balding? Look at him. He looks like shitty discount fucking Aaron Ra.
Yeah, but he still has.
He looks like somebody left Sven Gulli out in the fucking sun too long.
Okay, but he's balding all right for his age, I would say.
Yeah.
Like by that standard,
by all right, you
are
mean
balding.
a lot.
I mean, by that standard, you are balding, right? And you're quite younger.
I'm not fucking balding. His whole top of his head is like the hair on the top of his head's fucking missing.
Yeah, but he's about 30 years older than you. So you have to take that into account. Yeah, he's.
And for those of you who are wondering,
50.
this is Sven Gulli. Yeah, it's a whole thing. Anyway,
Anyway, yeah,
okay.
I'll believe in.
Yeah.
Have a good show. See ya.
All right, I'm gonna try it. I mean, I'm literally okay. Well, that's it. Yeah, the Emperor's New Groove. Yeah, it's this fucking wonderful fucking hairline. Help me learn how to use Redstone. This is fucking ridiculous. I just want to make this gate do a thing. You know, you spend fucking 6 or 7 years not playing Minecraft, you come back and it's fucking ridiculous. But fortunately for everyone else, my crafting, or not crafting, but my building skills are still fucking impeccable. Look at this fucking dynasty I've built. King under the mountain. What are you doing? By the way, you look like Snow White is Snow Latina now. It's not my fucking fault. It's the goddamn lighting in here. Once I get fucking Smokey in here to cover for me for 2 seconds, I'm gonna go throw a blanket over that fucking thing because I'm washed out as a motherfucker. And I don't know when it started happening precisely, but it is happening. And it's like, oh, what is happening? Look at it. Look at this. I don't know why. You know what? Fuck you guys. Did you try redstone up along the pistons? Yeah, except I will show you that, Shonda, eventually. So Nock's big on fucking critical race theory today, or yesterday, or whatever fuck day it was. I actually have to navigate over here because I have multiple computers up. I've got my fucking gay battle station here. Like, oh my God, it's disgusting. I got to show you guys. Hold on. But it's like, can we not today? Can we just operate properly? You fuck. Anyway, we're going to get into critical race theory. Also, this whole thing with fucking, this fucking bill that just got overturned. It's not voter rights. It's the Freedom for All Act or whatever. And it's like the Patriot Act where it doesn't actually mean what it says on the fucking cover letter. Go figure. So there's that. Freedom for free. Yep. This is an ad. I wish somebody would run ads here, but unfortunately nobody wants to take our money. Also, as it turns out, Google, and yeah, that is happening. I would love to have a formal debate. I'd like preferably to have it rated, as in scored, at some point, but I don't think that's going to happen, and we're going to probably have to find some neutral territory. But yeah, because I don't think Nock has read Slater's work and what they had to say about people who are like teachers. So I forget what they call it. It's teachers. It's the word for teachers. No. Yeah. Teachers who teach teachers how to teach. And it's pre-something educators. Pre-work, something like that. Anyway, a whole bunch of them were surveyed. And they were like, I don't think I'm racist. And then it's like, well, if you don't think you're racist, you're the most racist one of all. And then anytime somebody showed empathy towards a minority group of students, like trying to take extra time to help them out because they've been disadvantaged or whatever, it was labeled as false empathy, which is another one of the critical pieces of critical race theory, no pun intended, that makes the whole thing work. Never mind the fact that it's literally cultural Marxism, not like the pejorative cultural Marxism, because that's sort of a Peterson sort of thing that he says, and not, of course, this Peterson, but Jordan Peterson is in like the actual author, somebody who's actually done something worth a fuck with his life, not some drunk on the internet. Anywho, yeah, so that's all in Slater's work, and I think I'd like to fucking bring that up at some point. And then just the whole thing where it's like Engels and fucking and Marx are the ones who came up with critical theory, of which critical race theory is a branch. And it doesn't just stop at critical race theory. It goes all the way down the line to like fucking females and queer theory and all this other shit. So I vote Peterson as moderator. I wouldn't let him moderate an intersection. Giggity. Anyway, speaking of intersectional, but is it because my mic is so loud? Is everybody getting pissed off at my mic volume? I turned it up the other day because fucking Thick Shades was trying to talk over everybody, so I just turned my mic up, and then Smokey turned him down. If you missed that stream, it was from yesterday, so go watch that. Oh, there's my drink. Drink! My Diet Dr. Kelp! Don't tell me you forgot my drink! How am I supposed to eat this now? For anyone whose volume was way too high. Then watch everybody else come in. And And their volumes are really low, and I just drown everyone out with my nonsense. Right. So as it turns out, Google gave a whole bunch of fucking money to the Wuhan laboratory for Kung flu research pre-fucking pandemic situation. Let me see. What the fuck is it? Yeah, they used basically a third-party advocate to send them money. I forget what the fucking thing is called, but I'm trying to bring it up now. It's on computer number 2 situation. And of course, the thing's lagging to death because I'm streaming. Mom must be at work. Who's? Speaking of mom, Smokey will be in here soon. He knows what the fuck that means. You're fucking disgusting. Oh, Eco Health Alliance. That was their partner. Basically, they gave a bunch of money to Eco Health Alliance that then donated all that shit to the fucking Wuhan lab. Good job. As it turns out, the people censoring information about the Wu flu are also the ones who funded it and gain of function research. Good job. Shalom, Jill. You know, if you want to talk to everyone's husband, can I, have a real fucking name so I can stop calling you by a woman's name because it makes me uncomfy. Just saying. Because I know that it's an acronym for Jesus is Lord. And it's like, haha, made you say Jesus is Lord, you dirty fucking Jew. But it's also like, can I just call you Dave or whatever? Matter of fact, you don't have to tell me your real name. I'll just call you fucking Dave or Chris or something. I'll just come up with a good name for you. Saint Tommy. Hashtag where's Andy? Fucking probably up Bill's ass. Have you checked there yet? Jesus. Well, it only took COVID, government handouts, and the Democrats destroyed the workforce of the United States and made sheep of everyone in Google since everyone is home online, got a buttload of money. Duh. Yeah. Smokey, get in the fucking van. Hurry up. Jill has 2 L's. It's still pronounced the same, dumbass. That's it. Your name is Craig from now on. You are no longer Jill. You're fucking Craig. And I don't care if that's misgendering you. I don't give a fuck. Do I look like a Christian? Kind of. I'm white. Just kidding. Actually, most of the world's Christian population is, in fact, a minority. It's, a bunch of Arabs came up with the religion of Christianity and then passed it on to mostly Asians, as it turns out. Whoopsie. So that's the other thing is that this is another thing that I discovered is that critical race theory has a theological component to it. As it turns out, there's another offshoot branch that is trying to export critical race theory and critical theory in general over to the religious side, specifically in the realm of politics. And I will find that at some point when Smokey gets here, because that was fucking interesting. Because they were trying to say that Christianity is inherently racist because of all the colonizers brought it, but it's like a Middle Eastern religion. It's like literally like the people who most of the people who followed Christ at the time of his life were fucking from the Levant. They were Arabs. They were brown skinned at the very least. And yeah, we draw Jesus like he's fucking white or whatever, or paint him. I'm sorry, who's drawing Jesus white? A bunch of racist sketch artists. I don't know. But anyway. The black Christians who vote Democrat are not really Christians. They don't count. Well, if you ask fucking Bo Jiden. You know, I should really have this up and ready. Oh, you know what? See, this is the good thing. I'm learning new things about myself every day. I'm not as retarded as I actually thought I was. So I can have comments on the screen and still run brand stuff. Where the fuck is it? Where is it? There we go. See, because if I want it, now I can have both things open at the same time. See, so if I wanted to do something like that and then just
clap for that, you stupid bastard.
Well, That's racist. We're just for sake of saying so, that's not actually Smokey. Whoopsie.
I'm not banging boys in the butt.
He certainly isn't. You certainly aren't, Smokey. What is happening with the camera? What is with this autofocus horse shit? Oh, for fuck's get over here. Give me a kiss, Muffin. Just kidding. Where the fuck is my napkin or something? Oh, good. Wonderful. I think there's schmutz on the camera. That's what's happening. Oh, good. It's Brett. He finished his stream. Hi, Brett. I'm just fixing
I just got a notification saying that you were going. I seen you playing Minecraft. So I wrapped it up. I told everybody who's watching me, come over here, watch Will. I think he's going to pull his dick out on camera or something. Let's get
No, I
over
already
here.
did that. It's over. Now you got to go back to the beginning of the stream.
Where's Joe Smokey at? What's he doing?
He's playing with his pecker or something. He'll be in soon.
Yeah, I figure as much, bastard.
Yeah, that's the way he works. Hey, Jorn.
What's going on?
Oh,
Are
Will,
you
I was
at-
wondering, did you see my comment to you on that new Venom thing? Venu?
No, I didn't yet. No,
Well,
I
you sent some money, obviously, and you said Gorm job, and I said, you're going to have to give me a lot more than that before I let you give me a Gorm job.
I said that. Yeah. Jesus Christ. Venmo's weird because Maximo. But no, the funny thing about Venmo is that I'm learning very quickly as I add more people to my Venmo that it's like social media. So
Someone's got an echoing. Yeah. I'm wearing headphones, so
I got nothing going on here. I don't. Oh, okay, good. We got it. It was Brett. You fucking liar. Anyway, so I'm just gonna read something. I'm not gonna say who it is because it's a personal friend of mine who also happens to have Venmo, and the only reason he was added on it was because he's in my contacts on my phone. So,
oh boy,
I don't know what is happening precisely. He sends this guy some money for dinner. It's what it says here. It just says payment dinner. So you can see other people's payments that are like in your contacts. But it doesn't tell you how much. And then it says
he took him out for dinner for the Gorm job.
And then he says, have a good anniversary. And then he says refund for an ingrate. And then the guy says snake, and then the guy's name. And then the guy says, oh, please. And there's like a whole drama unfolding of in like the comment section of the payment. It's so weird to have like a social media app that's also it's a payment processor that also has social media function. And watching people argue about money on fucking Venmo is hilarious. So one of these days, I'm gonna read through, censored of course, because I don't want people to see real people's names. I'm gonna read through some of the fucking things that I've seen on Venmo because I think it's hilarious.
Well, Will, we got somebody out here called Mainstream Expos Army of Christ. We were talking to her in the other room. She says she's got some questions. And also Dan Wright says, Brett is articulate, intelligent person and very talented when it comes to the gospel, but he's lost a golf ball in the weeds. I don't know what the hell he's talking about. Well, if you feel that I'm doing something incorrect, feel free to come in here and teach us like the old wise sage that you claim to be. We'll hear all about it. Go ahead, Will. What do you got for us? You got a shit list over there you want to read off?
Yeah, well, I was going through my shit list. Did you know that Google funded the Wuhan Research Lab through what did I say it was? Eco Health Alliance. Yeah. They gave a shitload of money to Eco Health Alliance, and they donated it to the Wuhan.
You know who also funded it? Fauci, Bill Gates.
Through the NIHS, and then Bill Gates through World Health Organization and the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation.
Well, that's the way to become a trillionaire right there. Cause the problem and then make the vaccine.
And solve it. Yeah, I mean, that it's kind of funny. It's, I was talking to somebody about that. I think it was Kat. I was like, I got an ad on my fucking phone the other day. We were watching a video, something on it, didn't matter. And this ad was like, listen to your favorite music or your ASMR, which is like night noises or whatever, and be able to turn your fucking screen off so you don't have bright lights in your face while you're trying to nap, right? And it's like, wait a minute. didn't they cause the problem of not being able to like have the app float or lock your screen? And then they're selling you the solution. It seems like Google is in the business of exclusively doing that. That's the only way they can make money is to create a problem that they then solve. That's it. So
it sounds like you're using your Yiddish cup there, Will.
It's almost like it's a fucking scam. If I didn't know better, I think
YouTube's a scam. Holy shit. Google's a scam.
Bunch of lie and scam.
John and Will, speaking of Google and YouTube and all that kind of stuff, did you hear the new feature they're going to be adding sometime this month that is going to devastate YouTube?
What's that going to be?
What are they going to bring back response videos?
No. Every time you upload a video, you're going to have a new box to check. If you want to, it states that nobody under any condition can download your video and put it in their video. If any of your video shows up in their video, boom. And that goes for all old stuff too. So can you imagine a reaction videos?
We're not doing that. You'll be able to over here, as far as I know on my channel it won't be. I don't think Smokey would do that. We had discussions about it because stuff like that's happened in the past, but I don't think
Brett, you're gonna love clicking those boxes because you're gonna fucking take down a lot of fucking animals.
And it does it automatically too.
It's automatic.
So
They already have that in place. Let me close down the game for a second so I can talk to you. Because when I upload videos, right, it says checking, and until it doesn't stop processing until it's finished checking. And what they're doing is it's going through your audio and it's going through your visual, whether or not you have copyrighted material in your video. So you can't even upload a video until they check it.
That's right. So that's going to be happening this month. It's going to be rough.
Yeah.
I got a strike on my channel for a 9/11 meme, right? But luckily I had it reversed. So the fun thing about this is it doesn't seem like YouTube gives a shit about streams, because we had somebody come on and put their balls on screen last week. So YouTube doesn't give a shit.
Vomiting and fucking scat porn
And I'll tell you what, Andy went through one of our live streams and was flagging our videos in real time. We never even got a notification, but the first time somebody flags a video,
Andy, that British fucking piece of shit from England.
Yeah, that
piece of shit.
So,
oh god,
yeah, that one.
He's talking about the one you're one of your haters, Brett.
Is Andy Brett's haters?
No, yeah. I actually went in and had a conversation with Andy yesterday. It was good, but unfortunately, I hate to say it, but I think he embarrassed himself because we went through some passages debating his universalism, and it just didn't cut the mustard with some of the stuff I threw out there.
I would watch out if I was you. I think he's fucking playing you like a fiddle, but that's
probably.
Just my side.
Well, you know how I am, guys. If people are being respectful and nice, I'll continue to do that. As far as him coming over and reporting Smokey, that's not very nice, though.
No, it doesn't. Well, you reported Smokey's channel for something that I said, but to be honest, I do own half of Smokey's channel.
Mainstream says her question was missed or skipped. Let's see, where did she have the question at? What's the question?
I have a question, and then here's everything in between it. So if you asked a question, it didn't show up in chat. It was probably censored by YouTube.
Yeah, so come on in and ask your question. The link's in the description, dear.
What's happening here? Smokey's not here. It's my channel now, bitch. Just kidding.
Yeah, I don't know if anybody ever has checked out Army of Christ Mainstream Expos. She runs a podcast. I went in there and all that for the first time, and boy, they surprised me with some stuff they threw at me. First question I was asked, you ever see a woman squirt? And I'm just like, woof, that's the first time I got stunned in a long time on YouTube.
Yeah, well, it'll happen, unfortunately. I mean, I don't know what you want from me, man. I've been asked every fucking dirty, disgusting question on the internet. But anyway, back to what I was saying. It pretty much flagging only doesn't work on live streams, it seems like, is what I was getting at. But it does seem to work in real time on uploads. So I guess people have just been flagging uploads, and I've been fighting them like every fucking day. Luckily, I've had no repeats because we did have that happen once. But
I got
it seems
fucking
like
I got hit with 3 strikes and fucking all at once. It was like a shotgun effect. I logged into my YouTube channel and it was like bam bam bam. It's like 3 pop-ups. Bam bam bam. It's like fuck me, man. But lucky for me though, they just counted all those as 1 strike. So 3 flags counted as 1 strike.
Now, Will, you're saying that you don't see damage going to live streams, but didn't you get clanked on a while back?
yeah, but it wasn't a strike. Yeah.
Well, what was it?
Oh, it was just a warning. And it got and the stream got clanked in real time. It didn't get clanked once it was uploaded.
Well, here's Mainstream. How you doing? What's your question there?
Okay, can y'all hear me?
Yeah, of course I can hear you.
Okay, thanks for having me on. I'm over here because God TV Radio, he dropped the link and said that this is where he was going to be. So he's a very cool person. I like his channel. So I wanted to see, some of the people that he hangs out with. And so when I first came in your room, I saw a comment that said voting Democrat equals N-word. So I wanted to know, like, do you have something against Black people, or are you a racist? Because I screenshotted it, by the way. I saw it.
Well,
I'm
not
say
that, you
only
bastard.
Democrats usually hate black. Democrats hate black people.
Yeah, I'm not Smokey saying I'm just running his channel. I don't like.
Oh,
let me go find out what the fuck.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Smokey's got Will running the thing right now.
That.
It's usually a different host. Go ahead.
Oh,
I'm not even sure that it is.
Okay.
I'm not even sure that was actually Smokey. There's people that clone his fucking accounts and shit too. And of course,
well, it showed up. The comment showed up in yellow highlights, so it came from the actual channel. Actual person.
I can't see. Well,
I screenshotted it. I got it.
Smokey can explain that when he gets back.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, no problem. Well, I think Brett is a cool person, and so I'm just trying to see the people with, because I share content, because I have like a pretty nice following, so I like to share content. So if I come over and I'm seeing some crazy content and I'm like, comments, I'm like, I don't know if I want to share that channel's content. But that's all, though. That's all. Thank you for having me.
To be honest, I don't even know what he
Mainstream,
was on.
I would like to answer one of your questions real quick. Mainstream, I have people of all different faiths as well as non-believers coming to my rooms, so you won't be surprised whenever sometimes you watch the show. Sometimes it's chill, it's calm, we're all having a good time, and sometimes we get people in that'll just scream the most nastiest shit you'll ever hear in your life.
Smokey,
so
I swear to God,
now if you get offended by any of that, I apologize right now.
I could probably explain
you're
his
fine.
comment,
I've been on tons of panels where I've screamed and yelled and said some crazy stuff, but I was just like, is that person racist?
Yeah, John, can you fucking?
I just wanted to know. That's all.
Because I
think what Smokey's trying to say is that the Democratic Party was founded by the Klan. The Democratic Party is the party of Jim Crow. Hold on, let me explain. The Democratic Party is the party of the Klan, Jim Crow, segregation, hating blacks, lynching blacks. So when black people vote Democrat because they think they're Democrats, it's like it's like cognitive dissonance. You don't know history. It's the Republicans. Okay. Republicans freed blacks, but Republicans fought the Civil War to love, equal rights, equality. Republicans are the ones who are actually libertarian and freedom and love life and you be who you want to be. That's what I think. Okay. But I don't know why he wanted to say N-word, but I think that's what he was trying to say.
Yeah. Okay. So before you guys came in, I was here. I'll just
build a house.
Hey, Kid Rhodes, how you doing there, handsome?
Oh God,
I'm doing good. Doing real good.
I was doing this while Jill was in
here. Will, what are you doing? It's a Christian channel. And you just built a cross in Minecraft and set it on fire. Oh,
I was doing that earlier. Now I understand what happened. My bad.
Will was pretending to be a Democrat in Minecraft.
Dan Wright says, okay, I'm out for a walk, guys. Brett, deep down, you know that you're a piece of garbage. Well, if I am, I'm a lot higher than you in the intelligence train. So go on. Have a walk.
Yeah,
I'm going for a walk. You're a piece of garbage.
Yeah,
I
that's
forgot that I
feel
burned
the
a
love
cross
of.
in
I don't know
Minecraft.
about you all, but I feel enlightened and I feel the love of Jesus permeating off that little turd wheel. Oh,
Is that
goodness
guy
gracious.
claimed to be a
Jesus
Christian
Christ,
and says
Jill,
stuff like
was-
that?
I don't know.
Worst days.
Nothing that a choke slam through a table can't figure out.
Yeah.
Yeah, Wilkin Klansman. Yeah. No, we're the Kincaid Cone Club. That's the fucking. Do you guys not get the meme? It's a. Do you see it?
Oh,
I
come
think they
on,
missed-
Will. Burning crosses and now hating on ice cream. What the hell, man?
You're out of control.
Oh, this-
out of control.
I asked Smokey this morning, hey, can I run coffee in comments? And he's like, sure, man. What's the worst that could happen?
Everything.
You know, I
That's
understand. I understand how some people, you know, like to pick on Will there, but I get his humor. He likes to push the edge, and it doesn't really bother me.
He's an animal, man.
I mean, look
Yeah,
at-
Will's good people.
I
He's
don't
good people.
like it, some of it, but I understand what he's doing for sure.
Yeah, anybody out there that has issue with Will, just if you have a problem, I got a solution. Just go in the bathroom to headstand on the toilet after it's been used.
Hold on, guys. I know how. Listen, we're gonna do equality for all here in Minecraft.
Oh God, he's gonna build a camp with trains.
I'm gonna actually do that now that you said that. That's happening.
Are you? Can you build? Can you build
fuck is that?
Trumbrinka and Auschwitz and Sobibor in the game? Just
I could try. Hold on. Let me just go in here and swap out some stuff because I've been
that's
busy.
hateful.
I'm gonna do.
It is.
So I've been wondering real quick while he's building crosses and setting them on fire. I was wondering, Kyle and James.
I'm
have you guys
not banging boys in the butt.
Whoa! Have you
Gross.
Kyle
Easy,
interview yet?
Smokey.
What do you guys think of it?
We like it.
What do you think, Kyle, as well as James? Will
What did I? I'm sorry. I didn't even.
the
mean to do
interview
that.
I did with Matt? Did you guys get a chance to see it yet?
Oh, I saw it.
No,
Yeah, I saw it.
What do you think?
Oh, I thought it was well done. Yeah, I really. Did you get my email yesterday?
I got something I believe I replied to, but I'll check again if you added more.
Oh, I just said I really like your idea about kind of a call-in program too, and interviews that you've done. I think you do real good. You ask very, good probing questions. I really, I think you do a great job.
I appreciate the compliment there, Mike. What about you, James? How do you feel about the interview?
I haven't got a chance to see it yet, but I definitely will be watching
Oh,
it.
that's bigoted.
Oh,
Hateful.
boy.
I'm just kidding. Yeah,
Well,
I'd like to. I'd like to. I don't know if you guys heard. I was talking to Mr. Rhodes about this, and I think it'd be interesting. I'd like to do something like what the Atheist Experience does, but I'd like it to be like the Theist Experience or Christian Experience, where theists answer the phone and go at it.
Well, that's an idea.
That's
I
an
don't think I've
idea.
seen that.
Oh, this guy's a blooming genius.
What is that supposed to be? Yashka hanging on the cross or something? Whitey. Oh, hang him. Yeah.
Here we go.
Yeah.
Racial justice. Racial justice. Anyway.
It's BLM.
CRT!
It's BLM protesting a Minecraft game.
It's reverse Rodney King.
Well, I guess the burning. I won't say it.
I was at Route 9 Walmart, which is like a horrible place to be, and I don't recommend going there. I was waiting online for an hour and a half to buy a new phone. There's a whole line of people, and they're just not. There's these people are dumb as shit. The associates there. So I just blurted. I said, you know what? I should just be BLM. Just burn down this place, take the phones. I would have been out of here in 5 minutes. Everyone just started laughing. They couldn't.
It's like trying to buy milk at Target during a fucking riot. Yeah, sure.
And so the guy goes, "All right, what phone you want?" I said, "I want the Motorola." And he goes, "Okay, here, take it." And he just rings me up while he's in the. He's sitting there on the phone trying to activate other phones. I'm like, dude, I got to get going here, man. You know?
I know. Well, I'll tell you what. The electronics department's not actually really supposed to activate phones anymore. So it's two jack-offs. Yeah, let me just take this off screen.
Yeah, two jack-offs
sitting
jacked
there.
off and.
Yeah, and they also do contracts and everything else too. So what they did was they tried to separate it so that there would be like less bullshitting going around. Like, oh, I got to check out a customer, but I'm trying to set up a phone. And all they ended up doing was just increasing the demand for that, and then ended up fucking the whole thing. It's totally pointless, like everything Walmart does.
Yeah. I could have burned down the Walmart, take the phones myself. I would have been out there in 5 minutes. I said that to the guy. I said, "This is ridiculous."
You also would have had the Democrats doing a press conference commending
yeah. No, I would have had a stimulus check too. They would have said I was a national hero.
I have a survival world, but I only play that with Cat because it's better in multiplayer. What am I going to do? Survival solo? That's boring. Fuck off. Just kidding, Guru. Thank you. What is this? Oh, hey, weren't you supposed to be taking a fucking walk, you fat bitch? Go take a fucking knee. Like fucking
Yeah.
Okay, why is it that these turd wheels, they come over to Smokey's thing, they run their mouth, but they are incapable of clicking a link, coming in here and having their ass beat properly? What's the problem?
Oh, speaking about being ass beat properly, did you see Steven Crowder get set up by that liberal tart? Can I say what I want to call him here, Will? Is it illegal? Am I allowed to?
I think it's
that
fine.
fucking fat fucking faggot H3. That's
Oh, yeah,
my goodness, John, what would Jesus say? Come on, man.
I could give a fuck what he says, but Steven Crowder, man, he gets set up. He has this debate with this punk,
That's
and then they bring it.
Rough. He's a member of the tribe, Jonathan. Ethan
Is
Klein?
he H3? Is he? Oh,
yeah,
Klein?
he's married. He's married to a Jew from fucking Israel.
Yeah, I know, but it's a shanda.
Yeah, no, they're both Jewish.
Yeah, they're both atheists. They're both liberal. They both suck on the teeth. You know, we don't need more of them.
Well, you were the one who broke my balls about fucking. You can't say anything about. You can't call Bernie Sanders a faggot because he's a member of the tribe, William.
I might have said that sarcastically. I didn't mean that literally.
I don't think you did.
Did I?
Use the question.
Can you ask a Jew a question? Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Well, let's get John off screen then. Just kidding. Anyway.
What?
I'll never tell. You lovely Garatoshov. Anyway, here's Smokey.
I'm not a Garatoshov.
What is
I know it's
criteria to be a Jew? What is the necessary criteria to be proven a Jew?
Yeah, does a 2% Jew
circumcision and a baptism.
I gotta go take a shat. I'll be right back. Hi, Smokey.
Ethnically, though,
Ethnically, it's getting political in here, and then the hardcore exorcism kind. How you doing there, guy?
It's an honest question. I'm curious if there's a standard like that's very specific. I figured there was.
To be Jewish, you have to believe in Judaism.
And then, but I mean, like genetically, is it like through the mother's line? Is that right?
There are people that try to move to Israel with a DNA test, and they get denied because that's not the criteria.
Oh, okay. Thanks. That helps. That helps a lot.
Yeah, even under the Old Testament law, you could become Jewish just simply by, making Yahweh your God.
Which also included chopping the end of your dick off, just to add. So.
Oh, so, yeah, circumcision for sure too.
Which tribes did the mixed multitude get added to?
All of them.
Just according to the family that they were like with, or how did that work? I wonder.
They were whatever camp they were with part of. That's what the camp that they became part of.
Whoever just kind of like welcomed them into their part of the camp, right? Because they were separated.
They weren't separated.
Oh, that was just the wilderness, I guess.
The tribes were separated, sure, by tents. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I meant. Yep.
I had a course just recently. where one of the textbooks was welcoming strangers or something like that, which addressed how Judaism has never solely been about DNA, but about belief system coming in and joining the greater congregation by virtue of like
Well,
I
I
said,
mean,
committing to
nowadays, yeah. I mean, in a way, nowadays, yes. The Jewish people are an ethno-religious group, which is one of the unique things on this planet. I don't think there are other. I don't know. Are there other groups that you could be that is a nationality and a religion together? Most groups of people here on the planet are just you're either part of an ethnic group or you're part of like another type of subcategory. But the Jewish people are a ethno-religious group, which is kind of unique, which does confuse things. It gets confusing at times. Yeah.
I think the Black Hebrewites, or the Black Hebrews or Black Israelites. I don't think I could join by belief system because I don't think.
Why would
you
want to? Why would you want to? Why would you even bring that up? It's like a red herring.
As a joke.
Okay.
Just joking. Just messing around. Yeah, you'll find that sometimes I'm very serious. Sometimes I'm just joking around.
I get you.
Yeah.
No, I mean it's Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob were Jewish, but they weren't ethnically Jewish. They were whatever. They were Babylonian or whatever you want to call them, Mesopotamian.
Wasn't Moses' wife Ethiopian?
Sure, Zipporah was from no, not Ethiopian, Midianite. She was she was Arab. She was a Bedouin from the Arabian Peninsula, whatever. It wasn't called Arabia then, but whatever it was called then. They weren't Arabs then. The Arabs migrated in, but whatever she was considered, Babylonian, whatever a Midianite is. I don't know what race a Midianite is, but whatever they are.
Where the hell did our buddy Smokey go? Somebody kick him out of his own show?
Yeah, he might have got kicked out for bad behavior, I think.
Will says we got a shitload of diapers, if that helps. That's what he said on the outside chat. Do you have to follow the kosher laws to be Jewish too? All these food laws. I mean, I got a copy and a bugger and a thicker and I don't know what that. Well, I mean, you should try to as a Jew. I mean, if you want to be a practicing Jew, you have to keep the laws.
I'm back.
Yeah.
Oh, he got fucking. There we go. Sorry, I left the room to take a shit. You guys are like fucking. There we go. Yeah, the diapers, because Guru Lady wanted to send me a whole crate of diapers.
Oh, for the Kindle lock?
Yeah.
There you go.
Jamie actually might be able to fill in some information here, but there's a group in Southern California. They're, of course, Seventh-day Adventists, so they adopt a lot of the Old Testament dietary practices, which that particular society is, I guess, there's a less percentage of cancer within that group than any other group in the world, simply by following, the Old Testament dietary laws. So they are good for you in that sense, biologically speaking, since they come from our Maker.
I mean, personally, it behooves you to follow what God says. But then again, I'm Jewish, and I only believe that God gave only the Jews the laws to follow. So, I mean, if you want to follow, I'm sure.
Totally agree with you right there. That's
I mean, it doesn't matter what Goyim do. God doesn't give you vitality like the way a Jew does, the way God does a Jew. So eating pork for a Jew is like the worst thing you can do. It kills you. Like there's studies that say that putting on tefillin every day actually stops heart attacks and strokes. If you look up Google tefillin, Jewish tefillin heart attacks, and statistically speaking, it lowers your blood pressure and all this other stuff, your metabolism, and it prevents heart attacks and strokes. So I mean, it could happen. You know, if
And
that's
statistics say that not watching this show also helps prevent strokes because
Yeah.
yeah.
There you go. It prevents
By the
raging.
way, for all those who attended my live show and all that, when we were talking about ghosts and spirits, I changed the title to be more about what we were talking about. So now it's like ghost, spirits, supernatural, paganism, chat, all that kind of stuff. Just so you know, if
Brett.
you go looking for the film. What's up?
Hey, I don't really say this a lot, but I have studied the paranormal, ghosts for quite a while because for some reason I'm always fielding questions from people. It's just something I've done for almost 30 years. So I've dabbled in all kinds of different topics in order to get a good Christian worldview concerning those. So I would love to do a program with you and go into, what's really going on with this stuff. Cause I do believe it's real for sure.
Well, Kyle, I usually, whenever I open my stuff, it's kind of like just an open thing. Anybody want to come in and talk about some stuff? Every once in a while, I have a subject matter I'm interested in hitting. But we ended up having a lot of people come in this morning, and they were wanting to talk spirits, tarot cards, paganism, demons, exorcism, and all that. You should have came in. It went on for a good 2 hours and all that. I had ended it whenever I seen Will running a broadcast, though.
Vaughn likes to talk about that stuff too.
Well, Vaughn's got to learn how to click on a link again. I don't know if he's forgotten how to do that. So.
Well, Will, he doesn't like Will for some reason. They don't get along.
Well, he should like me
Will
now because
bothers
we have similar enemies now, so it's a whole thing.
Yeah, but you troll him a little bit too much, a little too hardcore.
With underaging, so.
Oh yeah, that's right. You and him are mutual enemies. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, he did some shit about fucking Underhaven, that fucking pedophile fuck, and it ended up on Secular Opinion, and it's actually circulating. So maybe something will get done about him. Doubt it though.
It's something weird. Brett brought that up. He says people who like anime tend to be pedophiles and homos. Why is that?
I'm not trying to be ignorant whenever I say this, but it seems like you'll notice a lot of these atheists who use this anime. It's always it's not like an adult. It's always a little girl with big eyeballs and stuff like that. And if you follow their streams or SS feeds, they're always perverts. I kid you not. And folks, there's nothing wrong with being a pervert on some levels, but damn. That there's places you just
I absolutely agree. Something we disagree with on that, Brad. I think these people should be taken out back and just exterminated. There's no level in this.
You gotta be careful.
Well, not pervert.
Type of things you say there, fella.
I'm sorry, but I don't. If anyone touches a child, they should be automatically executed.
Well, no, of course, yeah. Well, yeah, Well, he was just talking about perversion in general there for a second, so I was lost.
Well,
I thought you were saying anybody that fucking jerks his gherkin to
the people that mess with kids, the people that mess with kids and abuse animals and all that kind of stuff. Those are the folks that need a 2x4 to the head. So you don't use words like executed. Say things like tie them in a chair, take a rusty toaster oven, swing it around, beat them in the head with it. That's fine, just not execution.
All right. Well, I'm sorry, but it is what it is.
Yeah. Well, if you're gonna say you're gonna kill somebody, you have to say you're gonna do it in Minecraft.
Because now we're already at that point. In the '90s, everyone said we had to love homos and we got to accept them as their own. Now look at it. Now we have drag queen reading hour at the little Kinderlock nursery, and 4-year-olds are being accosted by whatever I can't say, but what are we going to get in 20 years from now? Are we going to have marriage for kids? What's going to go back with Mohammed and Aisha now? 9-year-olds are going to be able to get married. Well,
they just made it illegal in New York State. For
what? New York State.
You can't marry a kid in New York State. Did you know?
Oh, really? Cuomo did
you know that was Did you? Yeah. Did you know it was legal to marry a kid in New York State?
Well, what do you mean by kid? 14, 13?
Say that again, Will. What the hell did I just have go into my ear? What was that?
Yeah, I know, right? I was shocked.
a minor child can be married to a legal adult, right? If both parties consent and the parent. So the parent of the
Oh
minor
my
child.
goodness.
Well, it used to be that way. It
Oh,
used
that's
to
an
be, but-
arranged marriage, Will. That's not the same
Well,
thing.
sometimes it's an arranged marriage, but there are a lot of pricks who are abusing it. So not like two 14-year-old kids are like, oh, you're married now, and then you don't consummate until you hit the age of 18 or whatever.
I know people who were arranged marriage as kids, and they have happy marriages actually.
Actually, to point something out, both my father and mother-in-law and my parents, both of our mothers were minors, and our dads were over 18, and there had to be parental consent for them to get married, even though both were pregnant as well.
Oh boy. Yeah, see, that seems a little different. That seems a little different. Like
I
we're
can't
talking,
definitely
you know.
figure out, but it seems.
Well, and also, I mean, arranged marriages were the norm for most of human society. Marriage for romance is a relatively novel and recent modern concept.
Right, it's it's feminism. Yeah, it's a type of feminism.
Even Joseph and Mary, the parents of Jesus, Joseph was probably 30, Mary was probably 13. So between 13 and 16.
Well, and the sad
whole lot of
thing is
yikes
that
right there,
nowadays people judge their relationships based upon romance now, because they usually build it based upon romance. And people, I would say in older times, built it based upon trust, integrity, values, morals, things like that. And here it's more about like, well, I'm in love with him. Well, he's a real crap bag. He's a felon. He robs convenience stores, but I love him. Like that this is a new novel concept.
Yeah, I love George Floyd. He's a good guy.
Yeah. Like, because back in the day, it would be the parents would not want the child to make a stupid decision as to who to choose to be their lifelong mate, just based upon nothing other than butterfly feelings.
Normally, you wouldn't want they wouldn't want the tattoo robbing the convenience store, Strazza. They would probably want an upstanding member of society. Is what you're saying?
Yeah, well, yeah, it's just the idea of our approach to even what marriage even is,
right?
In terms of its actual functional definition, isn't even the same, these days.
Now, as someone who's been married almost 30 years, myself,
Baruch Hashem.
and your wife points
Awesome.
out the fact that you're not very romantic, don't ever point out that fact to her. That romance is a new thing,
It's gonna die off
once.
if you get married. If you're in a relationship because you think the woman's hot and she's cute, or the guy tongues your asshole the right way, it's gonna die. It's gonna die off, because what happens when she's no longer good looking? What if the guy can't get it hard anymore? I mean, you're telling me that's the end of the marriage? There has to be something concrete to it other than that. It has to be something more.
Well, there is one thing you discover whenever you're married, and John, you probably realize this as well as Mr. Rhodes and all that. But when you're with someone for a while, and you truly love them, this is going to sound cheesy and poetic, but it's true. They tend to get more beautiful as the days go by.
For sure,
absolutely, yeah.
For sure. Yep. And
yeah, it's at some point it stops being about sex and all the things that it was when you were teenagers, and it starts being about like having kids and a relationship and working together to build something that's worth a damn. It's a whole different thing. It's not like you're never gonna sleep with your wife again or anything. Sometimes I guess, but it's more about it's more about having kids and having.
You should have heard
together.
William. Well, I got to say something to William, because it's going to make him fall out of his chair. We were talking about this with Ricky on my show the other day, and he said that he loves Amy so much that between the 9 years that he's been with her, they only had sex twice, because it's more about love than. Anyway, continue on with the conversation, guy.
Imagine my shock.
Imagine my shock.
Well, no, I mean,
why would you say something like that, Veckel? Just kidding.
What? Yeah, no. What I was going to say though, it's not I mean, this is what Brett and Kenny kind of presented is not a normative state of affairs. Some women do indeed age like fine wine, and some age like milk. And it all kind of depends. Like Brett and Kylo are essentially lucky that they have outstanding wives, but I don't think that's the norm, and certainly not in first world America. So
hey,
why
bitch, come on now. First John talking shit about my wife, and now you.
That's why I can't do white women. That's why I can't do white women, man. Black don't crack, man. Black don't crack.
Bastard.
Hey, my wife is just as beautiful as when I met her, and without being crass or anything like that, I let's just say I did go through some medical issues for quite a few years, but I've got all that.
Oh my
stuff
God,
straightened
this
out,
story again. Okay.
and we have a lot of fun.
You know what?
Yeah.
Me and my wife, we like to goof. I'll say, "You are beautiful. You are my proof of angels, honey." And she'll go, "You're beautiful too." And I said, "Well, you ain't wearing your glasses, so there's that."
Yeah, well, I can
Isn't that
believe
interesting? Isn't that interesting that white liberals are always being like offended on behalf of people who aren't actually offended? Isn't that funny?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's a barrel of
Hey,
fucking
who
monkeys.
wants to guess how this summarizes exactly a lot of the problems I have with Brucifer?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Bruce is that guy. Oh, jeez.
What's
going on, Bruce?
Someone that hears it at some point in time might feel some level of offense about it. You shouldn't say it.
Oh, this
Bruce
is a good one. Look at this, guys. You're gonna love this one. Rick DeSantis, man, he's pulling out all the stops.
Oh, did you see Treehouse of Life? That black streamer. She's a
Oh,
black
I'm just
conservative.
moving to Florida. I'm just leaving California, going to Florida. DeSantis
I
is
would.
based and red pilled.
I'm thinking
Florida
about
students must learn the evils of communism and totalitarian ideologies. That's a good
I'm
one.
almost thinking about moving to Florida before the kid gets too big. It's
Do you
on
want
my
the kid to
mind.
grow up to be Jewish? He's going to fit right in, gay, and have rainbow color hair and two fathers and the rabbis.
Well, no, here I'm
at least there we'll get to go around and call them dirty faggots. Like that's worth it because it's a Republican place and free speech and all that, man. At least we got that. I can't do that in California. I can't go down the street of Palm Springs and call someone a dirty faggot. I'll be arrested.
Yeah.
Wow, that's shocking. I can't believe somebody would.
Hey, Will.
Well, actually, no, I take that back. It depends. If I happen to also be gay when I said it, it would be okay. If I happen to not be gay, I would be arrested.
Well, then what are you worried about, Smokey?
Oh, you're a dick.
Oh, that is cold. Well, that's some.
I got a blowjob once. That's just my testimony. Just kidding, Smokey. Love you. Anyway,
Well, Smokey, it sounds to me like you found the loophole out of all this. If you decide to call the names and they get ready to handcuff you, say, "Wait a minute, I'm the same thing now." There you go.
Yeah, I identify as an African American midget faggot, so now I can get away with everything.
Oh,
I identify as George Floyd.
Hey, Will, I wanted to just say, reason why sometimes I go into these personal anecdotes is because as a pastor, as a Christian, I find that people don't talk honestly about troubles in life and issues. So I really, by doing that, try to just, help people now being an older man, help younger men kind of navigate through life and stuff like that.
Well, let me ask you a question, Kenny, since we're on it. I didn't want to ask it apropos of nothing. I've been kind of hanging on to it for a couple of days. So what is the deal with premarital sex? Why are you going straight to fucking hell for that? What is the deal?
Well, I don't think you're going to go to hell for, a particular sin in general. Let me just say this. My wife and I, we were both married as virgins, and our first time was our wedding night. Our intimacy is so unbelievably incredible now that I'm just about 50 that I don't have to worry about, thinking about, the guys that she may have been with. She doesn't have to think about the women I may have been with. We don't compare each other with anybody else because that's all we know. And those are just some of the practical things why it can be harmful.
Well, it's like, okay, I get it.
Yeah.
But where does it say? I'm looking for a specific verse, I guess. That premarital sex is an abomination. It's basically like having sex with a man or whatever, something like that.
No, I don't know that Scripture says that at all.
It says it in the I think it's a New Testament thing. Drunkards, fornicators, and all types of things.
Adulterers. That's just a list of common sins. Those that habitually are involved.
It's not from the Torah. There's nothing in the Torah.
No, let me ask you another question then. So in lieu of adultery, obviously, if you're not married to somebody and you're having premarital sex, that would fall under the term fornication, then, wouldn't it?
Right.
Then?
Right. Yeah.
And the penalty for fornication is what?
Under Christ, there is no quote unquote penalties in that sense.
Well, that's not true. Well, okay. Well, it is and it isn't, right?
Well, it depends on if you become a Christian, that stuff is gone. You know what I'm saying?
I know we're talking about carnal sins, though. All right. So
as believers or unbelievers, or non-Christian or Christian.
Well, now, okay. Well, this is an interesting paradox because now you're teetering on OSAS, because if a sin can't get you into hell, what can?
Well, I'm carrying into that the definite
obviously
idea that
the unbeliever is going straight to hell.
Right? Yeah, but sin doesn't get you to hell. The rejection of the salvation does, because it's either Christ pays it or you pay it. That's it. It's that simple.
That sounds like OSAS to me, bud.
Well, I am an OSASer, but I am a more level-minded one. I do believe that. As a human being, I'm predisposed in any particular circumstance to fail. So if I do fail, my response is going to be, I'm going to be just devastated. I'm going to ask God for forgiveness. I'm going to ask my wife for forgiveness.
I'm not trying to be an asshole or anything, but it kind of makes your Bible sound like it's useful as a schmata. I mean, like, I can't do much with that if somebody's like, well, have you heard about this guy named Jesus? He died for your sins. If you just accept them, you're good to go. 3 Hail Marys and fucking pass the sugar or whatever.
Well, that's not. That's kind of a misrepresentation, and I'm not saying it comes from you. I mean, there are those out there that.
Well, yeah, I'm using hyperbolic language to make the show interesting.
Sure. Yeah. No, I mean, but there's a beauty in Christianity that's not in anything else, and that is the fallen nature of human beings are recognized, and none of us are good enough. And that
I myself, Kylo, Rhodes, and Smokey. Well, I've had a hard time with the whole how can a guy like Jeffrey Dahmer or something like that get into heaven, even if they claim to accept it and be sincere with it. But my mind is slowly starting to turn towards what some people have been saying, because just last night I watched something called The Son of Sam, not on Netflix, but an actual documentary with a real guy. And he did some horrible ass things. He was an absolute terror, but in prison, he's on medication. He's a preacher now inside of the prison system and feels as though he's reaching out. So I don't know. I guess God knows people's hearts.
Well, let me tell you this. Let's say, for the sake of saying so, for this example, that Jesus came and he never said anything about hell, or it's a place that exists, but it's just for, Shaitan, Satan, Lucifer, whatever the hell you want to call him. And but you're not going there. What happens to you if you're a bastard is you just die. Your soul, your essence, everything about you is just obliterated, right? So basically the atheist version of death, or you can get into heaven. What is the need for hell at that point? Because that seems bad enough. I don't know what this whole, what was necessary with the torture. The total non-existence seemed to be a good enough punishment without having to twist somebody's fucking arm backwards and make them say uncle for all eternity. You know what I mean?
Well, let me suggest this, that in as much as there are levels of reward in heaven, there are certainly levels of punishment, and there are these nuanced descriptions of the state of judgment for an unbeliever, which might be outer darkness, which would certainly be different from what's set forth in, for example, the account of the rich man and Lazarus, where there's, conscious anguish and torment. I don't think the flames of hell are literal physical flames, but in the same way that there are levels of heaven, there are levels of hell. And so, the most extreme pictures of hell are probably reserved for the Hitlers and the Dahmers that, if they had not become believers. So God is and with Christianity, I mean, I believe in the God of the Old Testament as well. And we see the God of the Old Testament as our God who sent Jesus Christ. So we know that he's good, he's righteous, we know all these things about him. And so even though we may not have all the answers, we can trust that the judge of all the world is going to do right.
Right. I just want to clear something up with chat here quick. Yeah, Veckel, I wasn't saying that he didn't. I'm saying that let's say he didn't for the sake of an argument. Because here's how I feel about the situation. I don't need heaven. I really don't. It's nice. It would be nice if I could go there, right? But if I just live my life and then just didn't exist, and I live for the glory of God and him alone, and I followed as many commandments as I possibly could without screwing it up, and I didn't fuck with too many people's lives too hard and things like of that nature, and I lived a decent life, I'd be all right with that, and then just total non-existence.
I'm gonna say something controversial. I'm gonna say that God's not gonna do right, like as if it's something that's gonna happen in the future. I think God does right at every moment of existence. I think God's doing right now.
Sure, yeah, certainly, but but in the judgment.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Smokey's trying to talk.
Yeah, go ahead.
What were you saying, Smokey?
Well, actually, it bounced out. Go ahead, Kenny. It'll come back to me. Go ahead.
Oh, I'm going to say, because here's the thing. I'm a huge proponent of what's called natural theology, and that's what we can deduce from having the natural light of reason in our own constitution. We have minds, we have rationality. We could look at reality and deduce some things about the Creator. And one of those things is this principle of justice. We have it in every society, a principle of justice. Our sense of justice could be skewed, could be wrong, but he is going to have perfect justice. And those things that are done in life that aren't judged will be judged. We know that someday God's going to make things
You make it sound like God doesn't know what is happening at this moment. Of course, it's not darkness or light according to God right now. God doesn't see light or darkness like we do, or what is hidden or what is revealed like we do.
Well, the book of Daniel says.
Ask a question, Kylo, and for some of the
let me answer this.
All right,
yeah. Kylo's gonna finish first.
Chris. The book of Daniel says that in the last days there's going to be a resurrection. And those who do right, a resurrection of life. Those who do not, a resurrection of everlasting contempt. So there is a judgment and an account that's going to happen at the end of the age.
Okay, so yeah, this is what I wanted to say. None of you are adequate judges of yourselves. None of us are. You have no goddamn clue how much evil you've actually done and how the things that you've done have actually led to greater evils. None of you have any clue. It's only when you stand at the very judgment seat of God that you're going to get a perspective of the full scope.
But God gave me his perspective. I know how God sees and God thinks already.
How would that be the case, John?
That with the Holy Torah. The Torah is literally God's thoughts and opinions.
Yeah, but not about you personally.
Yeah, it is. It's about me personally.
Corporate.
Of course it is.
All right. Do you know the difference between personal and corporate?
Yeah, corporate is like I'm part of an entity outside of myself. Yeah.
Right. So one of the things that prosperity preachers do when they pervert the gospel or pervert passages is they change corporate promises to private ones.
The Torah is a personal promise to every Jew that lives. It's not a corporate thing. It's a personal testimony for every Jew.
No, but I'm saying what you did as a Jew is different than what Saul did, King Saul did as a Jew. And you're
King Saul's life is a mirror of my life. The things that he did is a reflection of what I could do or what I could be.
John, this just sounds like
Saul isn't the Torah.
nonsense.
We got to back that up. Saul isn't the Torah. Saul's the came after the Torah. That's after Deuteronomy. But I get your point.
That's what I'm saying. Like the things that Saul did, Saul has to be held account to, and the things that you do have to be held account to. You're not going to be punished for Saul's sins any more than Saul's going to be punished for yours. You're going to have to be
God's not going to
accountable.
punish Saul for his sins. Saul's a child of God. You think a judge is going to find his son guilty of crimes when he's standing before him? That doesn't make any sense.
If he's righteous.
No. God, I'm a kindleach of God.
If he's a scummy judge that doesn't judge things righteously, then yeah, that's what he'll do.
That's not.
Well,
but that's
play
again.
politics.
That's your perspective of what you think judgment is. God tells us what His judgment is in the Torah, and He says that He loves that every child of Israel goes to heaven, and all inherit the world to come.
And can I chime in on a little side note that I find rather intriguing?
Who is this?
Yeah,
that's
we
Sam
have
from
no
Israel.
idea. What's up there, Sam? Spit it out.
Yeah, well, recently videos have come out of we know about the magnetism with the vaccines. Now people have been using handheld scanners on the injection point on the arm where the injection was administered, and it's popping up with a fucking date and a fucking serial number. I just saw this.
What?
Today.
I'm sorry.
Yeah,
you're gonna
that's
have to be
not
more
true.
specific. You're gonna have to be more specific than scanners. What are you talking about? I
could show you the clip if you want to put it up. I'll put it in the.
Hell yeah, I'll put it up.
All right, my friend. It happened in somewhere in New England, in your territory over there. Just give me a second.
Yeah,
While you guys are getting that together, I was wanting to show Smokey something as well as Mr. Kylo Ren. See what you guys think of this. Where is this verse I was looking into? A couple different things. Hebrews 6:4-6. For it is impossible in the case of those who have once been enlightened, who have tasted the heavenly gift, and have shared in the Holy Spirit, and have tasted the goodness of the Word of God and powers of the age to come, and then have fallen away, to restore them again to repentance, since they are crucifying once again the Son of God to their own harm and holding them in contempt. What do you guys get from that?
I don't. It sounded like a lot of. I
think-
don't.
Here it
I
is.
think, I think you need to keep on reading there, Brett, because it says in verse 9, but beloved, even though we speak to you in this way, we are convinced of better
Hey,
things
Will.
concerning
Will.
you and of things that accompany salvation.
Where's the link, Sam?
I just.
you want me to put the fucking? Oh, yeah, I thought he was
I
going
think we
to
got
share
3
a screen.
conversations going on here.
Well,
So
one last thing. Yeah, I was wanting to share this before he started getting into like the beast and Antichrist, cures and all
Here it
that
is, Will.
sort of thing. Well,
Play
one last thing. Hold on there, buddy. Hebrews 10:26. This is shorter. For if we go on sinning deliberately after receiving the knowledge of the truth, there no longer remains a sacrifice for sins. That's right there and now. But go ahead, guys.
I think that's a legitimate warning.
And there's another video there of a guy who actually, full volume. Put up the volume.
Oh, you want me to put volume on it? Oh, geez.
I mean, you can see.
All right. Yeah, give me 1 sec. I've got the volume cut on my end. Anyway,
It's in some clinic or it's in some hospital emergency room or something. It's in some medical facility.
Okay, so okay, let's see.
Read what it says there. Read what it says there. The description of the video.
Are you talking about this here?
Yeah. Read that.
If authentic, this woman's arm is now scannable due to a jab. Terrifying. Okay, so I kind of was looking at it a second ago. I guess we can play this.
Non-jabbed arm, the arm that didn't get the jab. All right, then she's
right.
gonna go to the right arm.
Oh, here's my vaccinated arm.
Pops up with this. Wait. Pops up with the serial number and a date.
Test before you. I'm trying to figure out what the hell this
What kind of
is.
scanner is that? Yeah, figure out what kind of scanner is that. It's some kind of hospital clinical scanner or something.
I know, but it would be like a tag reader or something.
I have no
for-
idea of the actual function of that device to believe anything that's happening in front of me right now at all.
That's
I
what we're
understand
trying,
none of this.
Yeah, figure out what that thing is. I don't know. It looks like some kind of medical.
What does it say up there? It's can't read it. Homogram.
Not only that, and Will might be able to speak to this, but I don't think we have the technology to put computer chips with the battery and everything that
not a
small to
computer
go
chip.
through a syringe.
Oh,
Play the video.
Okay,
Well, they
so
do
here's
have.
what it is.
Right.
It's nanotechnology. Just keep on playing it. You'll see a serial
I
number.
hold the fuck on a second. I just
This is
looked it up.
irritating. I'm irritated.
know. Sorry. I just looked it up. This is you know how when you put a chip in your pet and it gets fucking lost? That's what it is. It's a home again reader. So
Uh-huh.
it'll tell you she's at a veterinary office, must be.
Oh, okay.
And it'll tell you what your fucking ID is.
She's a lying
through the
bitch.
through the microchip. Yeah, hold on, here we go.
She's a
let's
scamming
take a look.
bitch.
What? No.
Not
Okay.
only that, it
The
could be
serial
set up by both parties.
Give me 1 second because this might be a meme. Let me type in the number and see if I get anything.
Let me ask. I know that some people get all freaked out about microchips and they think that has something to do with the Beast because of Kirk Cameron movies and shit. But why do people even get bothered by this? You have a Social Security card, you have debit cards, credit cards, and everything. All your information's already
Yeah,
done
they already know
digitally
you.
on computers. So why the hell they got to shoot you up with stuff? They want to find you and pound you into the ground. They're going to do it.
Not to mention the fact that the mark of the beast necessarily includes allegiance to the Antichrist. You can't unknowingly be marked and then somehow that is going to.
Well, I never
Certainly-
made an insinuation
certainly
about
doesn't have anything to do with
the number of the
tefillin,
beast or the
right?
mark of the beast. I just found this
A
interesting.
lot of
This
people
has
do,
nothing
though.
to
You know,
do-
that's what I'm saying.
For,
Just a lot of
for
people
me, it
do.
has nothing to do with Christian end times eschatology. I don't believe in that garbage.
So what do you
Well-
think they're doing then, Sam? Why has this got you all excited? Why do you got an internet boner
Well,
over
there
this?
is
place?
magnetism involved. There is like a transmission of this magnifaction on people that haven't been vaccinated. I experienced it myself. I let John do a little experiment on himself. Vaughn, when he was on, did it. And it proved that there is magnetism that is being transferred to people via these.
It sticks to me. The thing sticks to me if you look on my screen.
So you believe that you got a magnet in you and you're gonna be sucked up in the sky or
it
something?
affects
What's
your
going on?
blood. There is nanotechnology in there. There is a spion tech. See that? There's spions that make you magnetic in certain parts of your body. All right. And it's curious. It's very curious, and it draws a lot of suspicion.
You know,
I can't really see what's going on with John's
hold on.
chest. Go ahead,
I'm
Smoke.
sorry. You guys, I just with you people. Okay,
What do you mean? What
All
do
right.
you mean, you people?
Okay, so
Yeah, what do you mean
you guys
people?
ever
You Joes.
You fucking dirty cunts.
There was an old gag of the Magnet Man type thing, and there was some sort of show that he had shown up to basically prove his abilities. I think it might have even been James Randi, if memory serves. Something of they claim to be basically magnetic of sorts, and it's basically just an old Asian trick of basically just adhering these things with natural
Like COVID,
friction.
old Asian tricks. Yeah.
Friction of the skin, because the skin, especially if it's non-oily, is going to have a high level of friction. You can make lots of things appear to stick to it.
I think I figured out the magic trick anyway.
Did you, Will? I wonder if I could find the video.
Do you happen to know how Mike?
Will, did you put the number in the Google? What did we get with the number?
I got nothing, but I'll tell you what the
Well, hold
magic
on.
trick is here.
I'm a little confused. I was asking Sam earlier why having a magnet in his ass is such a big deal and everything, and the next thing I know, you're showing John's titties off from the screen. What the hell does that have to do with answering the question? Why do you care about this for?
It's very important. I can tell you what it is. It's
Well,
I
why
called
is
it. May I, Smokey?
Yeah, I got something to share too. I'm gonna share
Okay, yeah,
this.
real quick. It's real quick.
How are you guys
Sam-
doing?
I called up Samuel.
Lovely.
and
How are you, Rob?
he told me that it was 21 reasons why you're to know you're pre-trip rapture ready, magnetic.
Okay, well, let me tell you how a microchip works, by the way. A microchip is not a magnet. What it does is it
Hold on.
gives off
Let me
a
get it.
low...
Let me get it on the real thing. Hold on one sec.
Okay.
Let me
It
get it on
gives
the real
off
thing.
it gives off a low frequency radio fucking wavelength. It's got nothing to do with magnets at all. In fact, if anything, a magnet would interfere with
hold on.
the transmission.
Okay,
if
so
you
there's-
if you hold this tester up to a magnet, it's not going to show you anything.
All right, well, I've lost interest. Smokey's got something for us.
Yeah.
Fuck you and your magnet.
Hold on a sec. Let me get it on the real YouTube.
Magnet.
Speaking of raptures, I gotta go to Walmart, which is hell for
so-
me. So
Try
I'll
not to
talk to you
get
guys.
like glued to something metal there, John.
Thank you. All right, I'll take care.
All right. So here's the real YouTube. This is what I was mentioning, and yes, I was right. It was James Randi. So here is the situation where James Randi is debunking Magnet Man, and this is the guy that claims to be like particularly
Yeah, I've seen
magnetic. Okay, so
This is good.
Can I just
천천히.
pause it for 1 second?
You might be clammy.
What?
She's wearing the woman. Shut up.
Who
The
is
fucking-
doing that?
The woman.
Somebody's
the woman
having
in
a
the
retard
video.
episode.
The woman in the video who's doing the fucking thing with the PET scanner is wearing an Apple Watch on her left arm that she got the jab in. Her Apple Watch is emitting a low frequency because it's connected to her phone. She's receiving data from her phone, and the PET scanner is picking it up. That's what happened.
Will
But
is the big James
but she's a
Randi.
fucking idiot, and she doesn't know how phones work. So
Wait a minute, it's coming from her phone?
I made a
wearing
scanner
an
like
Apple Watch. She's wearing an Apple Watch on her left arm,
Oh.
and it's pinging data through radio frequencies from her watch to her phone.
Yeah, it could have
And
a
it's-
Wi-Fi chip in it and a couple LEDs and a stupid little LCD display thing in a case.
Oh.
And it's,
Yeah,
it's really
How about that, Sam? What
It's-
the
it's
fuck
a-
happens here? What's going on with this fucking magnet?
She's not.
dude?
Yeah, she's not a scammer. She's just an idiot.
Oh, she's stupid.
They're
Yeah,
both
she's a
idiots.
loser. Let's see what the
it's,
hell
really,
this video.
it's a label maker slightly modified.
The hell with that lady. Let's get to the screen. What's going on here?
Okay,
The guy's
so let's,
sticking shit to his butt. Yeah.
Smarmy Satan.
파우더인가? 이거 뭔지 아시겠어요?
Suddenly he's not feeling it.
Challengers to put the powder on their hands and on their chests and then make the object stay there.
캔디시켜서 체크하셔야 합니다. 참 꼼꼼하신 거죠. 차를 발견하셨죠? 손에 묻혀서 그런 것이 아니고 시간이 경고했습니다.
Is that Rob Rose's body?
어느 정도의
도저히 붙질 않습니다, 지금. 예.
능력은 있는 것
일단
같아요. 동전하는
이무성
거는-
씨의 경우는 도전 실패. 예. 수고하셨습니다.
He is sweating.
Are they all filled with the powder?
Yes.
Aww.
Well, first, it's not magnetic, so it must be some other kind of energy. And talcum powder is not going to interfere with electricity or any other kind of energy. One thing is certain, it's not psychic power.
한 가지 확실한 것은 그건 절대
Rip.
He is totally a fraud, man.
I don't know. If you
So-
take a bunch of powder and throw it on my fridge, my magnets are probably going to fall off. Go ahead.
Okay, Smokey. So I have a clarification and an honest remark to make.
Sure. Yeah, go ahead.
I am Magnet Man.
Yay!
I am the Magnet Man. All
I knew
right.
it the whole time. You
If
fucking
Randy was
lied.
alive, I would allow him to test me.
Well, do show or do tell.
Oh, I will someday.
What are you
Soon
fucking
enough.
gay? Are you fu- Oh, what is happening?
Yeah, I just noticed she's wearing a fucking Apple phone. Will, you're very observant.
Yeah, well, I knew there was a rub there somewhere, and it was in her left arm. Boy, I wish she'd rub me with her left arm. Just kidding. Well, I'm married. I can't say things like that anymore. I got a kid on the way. I'm going straight to hell in a handbasket. If the Christians are true.
Yeah, you better put that cross out.
Yeah, hold on. I'll go burn that fucking cross in Minecraft. Give me 1 second.
No.
Did you guys catch that? Or is it...
What?
Some of
The
you
only
were in
reason
here
why
for it.
things will stick to me is because when I am in the presence of Smokey, the electrostatic charge is so intense that things attract.
Is it
It's not
fucking
bad.
Rob Reed? Which Rob is it? We know 3.
Rob, the kind that falls off.
No. This is not Rob Reed. Rob Reed is a horrible, horrible human being and a fraud of a Christian and a California Democrat. Rob from Sentinel Apologetics
Could have
is
stopped at
a
Democrat.
wonderful, brilliant, well-studied, well-learned, deep-thinking man. So yes, basically the polar opposite of people. Yes.
Okay. Good. Well, now
This
we
is
know
how
each other.
Smokey and I flirt to each other.
Okay, you fucking cheating on me, you whore.
I might be. Well,
son of
you
a
know,
bitch.
you just don't fulfill my needs. You know, I'm trying
But
to.
we
tell
made
you about
ice
that,
cream
but-
together.
No one gets more solemnly silent. Smokey never gets more solemnly silent than when Rob Rowe is speaking.
That's true. That's true. Yeah. I respect Rob's opinion, and it's just listening to him give his exhortation and elaboration on things. It's just like having cream throw through your ears. So yeah, it's good.
Smokey, you're too kind.
What are you
Hello,
doing with
brother.
cream, Smokey? I'm sorry, that's not what I do with it. It's for putting on Asian women when you're eating sushi.
Let's just say he makes cakes.
Great. Okay, well, you're fired. Get out of my room. I don't know you. That's my purse. All
Hey,
right,
there's
moving
always
on
room
then.
for a threesome.
Jesus Christ. How
Oh,
many people
geez.
did you tell about us, Smokey?
It's on the internet, dude.
Okay, I admit that went a bit too far.
I'll be right back, you filthy animals.
Give us a gem, Rob. We're waiting.
Yeah, get us a Kool-Aid jammer, will you? Go to the fucking fridge. I need my Capri Sun. You fucking bastard.
Give us a Bonza Ripa.
I'm sorry, your mother's name is what?
Oh my gosh, with this show is a pure cancerous pit of
Smokey K,
nonsense.
you're ruining Smokey's channel. Yeah, prove it.
I finally
I don't
believe it.
have to.
I finally believe it.
You're doing it right now, Will. There were things that I was going to talk about. We've just completely gone absolutely just fucking ape shit with the topics. I don't know what anything is anymore. It's like I came in here to talk about critical race theory. We ended up talking about this bitch with an Apple Watch.
Oh, critical race theory.
Because I wanted to have an I wanted to have a debate with Knock, and I was gonna, basically show everybody my debate PP, but that didn't end up happening. I mean, I could, I guess. We were gonna. It seems inappropriate to talk about Slater's work now because
I don't know. I don't know. New York City seems like it's become one of the Dante's Inferno's, rings of hell. I don't know which one yet. maybe like the middle or the last or near the end. It looks really bad over there in New York City with all the progressive, so-called progressive,
Yeah, well, the thing is that it's like this was billed as something to the education system, by the way, as something that was equity, diversity, and inclusion. So it almost sounds like a good thing, but it's not. First of all, equity and equality are two different fucking things. If you don't know the difference, crack open a fucking dictionary and get yourself some learning, because that's the difference between equality of opportunity and the equality of outcome. Equality of outcome means that everybody ends up with the same number of fucking pieces of pizza, regardless of how much they actually put into the pot to pay for it. So, opportunity is everybody has an opportunity to go get a fucking slice of pizza. And if you're a slow bitch, guess what? You're not getting any fucking pizza. So that's the difference. And then the whole thing with Christianity is fucking racist because fucking colonizers brought it over from fucking Great Britain and other fucking Eastern Western Europeans in a big yellow submarine. And it's like you realize that this is this is quite technically, I guess, an Asian religion, because these Europeans consider everything in the Levant, all of the Middle East, and fucking that's all Asia to them, because every time that some Muslim stabs somebody, it's never Muslim or Arabic or whatever their ethnicity is. It's never a brown person. It's always an Asian, which I did.
Christianity evolved in Egypt as well, so it could be African and Asian and European.
Right. So it's an Afro-Asian religion that came out of basically the Middle East and was given to Middle Eastern people, i.e., the Jews of the day, right? And then the majority of Christians are fucking Asian, right? The majority of Christians live in the Orient.
Do they?
So, I mean, it's the largest religion on the planet. It's something like what, 2.1 billion people or some ridiculous number.
Okay.
And then where do you? They're people from India.
That's
people from the It's just a matter of population.
Oh.
I mean, white people don't even make up the largest demographic of Christians on the planet. So white people invented it. So
the perception is the going perception is that it's a Western European religion. It's a white man's religion. That's what the perception has become.
So
right.
Need that.
You're right on there, Will. Thanks for saying that. I try to point that out to people whenever I can.
While I was doing so, because I really would love to debate Knock on this, so I spent some time last night while I was, playing with my prick at work, not literally, figuratively. I was sitting there looking through some reading material, and I came on this professor who is actually some kind of bigwig apologist. I don't remember his name, but Kenny, if I get to it, I'll run that name past you and see if it rings any bells.
Sure.
But he was talking about how that critical race theory and critical theory in general is now infested pretty much all of Eastern America's Western America's apologetics. It's like critical theology. I think that's critical theologist. It's something like that. And I was like, what is this? And I spent an hour doing a deep dive on it. And I was like, what is this even talking about?
I think my conspiratorial side is telling me that this is just another attempt to throw a wrench in the works of having any kind of cohesion amongst the races or the ethnic groups in America.
Well, I think you'd be right on the money, because the reading that I did, and the conclusion that I came to from that reading was basically they had to tie Christianity to Jews, ethnic Jews, because they want to be able to say it's all right to be anti-Semitic, because then they can say, well, you know, fucking all Jewish people are just white, right? And it's all right to hate white people. So,
you know who
right.
did this during the Enlightenment? It was philosophers like Voltaire. He despised Christianity to such a degree that when he delved into it, he had to lump in the Jews with the Christians because the origins of Christianity begin with Judaism. So he wanted to do away. He called Christianity a superstitious Mediterranean, Middle Eastern, Semitic religion that has nothing to do with Europe or the European mind or European classical philosophy or European thinking. Voltaire was so super anti-church and anti-Christianity.
Well, that's why these critical theology types have to do the hoops they do, because they don't want to say anything about fucking Islam because they love those people, right?
Mm-hmm.
So they have to find a way to tie it specifically just to Judaism and Christianity, because they're golden calf, Elon Omar, and things like this. You know what I mean?
You know what? Just Monday afternoon, once a month, with Reasons to Believe, we have a scholars meeting, and we'll have different speakers that come in. But a gentleman by the name of Dr. Brashears, he wrote a book on critical race theory from the Christian perspective last year, maybe a year and a half ago. And he was addressing the same issue. And he basically told us that this is just flat out Marxism, communism.
It is.
You know what's funny is Bashir. You know what's funny about that is Bashir's came into one of Brett's hangouts about 2 years ago now, I think, and Brett called him Mr. Bear Shares. Mr. Bear Shares.
I don't know if it's the same guy, but you know, this guy's a prominent scholar. You know.
Well, specifically, well, Brett's channel is God TV Radio, and he's fairly well known in the Christian community at this point, I think. So, as far as I know, it was still the same guy, but I'm not sure. You could ask him if you
could be.
No, but this is not even you know, too difficult to figure out. There is a really driven objective here to undermine everything that makes America tick. And Marxism is a big part of it. You know, it comes in the guise of these, supposedly well-meaning progressives pushing this critical race theory and the LGBTQ plus agenda, and just making people into a bunch of jellyfish. You know,
critical race theory was founded in 1995 by. First of all, a black man who's now in charge of the entire University of Louisiana. His name was William F. Tate. No relation, of course, Smokey, to our other favorite Tate.
There's a there's a woman too.
And a liberal white woman from fucking California in '95. So I mean, perfect.
It's designed. You can't. There's no argument for it. There's nothing to debate about it. It's designed so that you can't oppose it with debate or arguments.
You're canceled if you do.
As far as I'm aware, William F. Tate does not have a doctorate or a PhD in anything to qualify him to run a university. Basically, it was like, you're racist, give me money. As far as I know. Now, I've only dipped my toe into the end of the pool, but what I've tried to find out about him, as far as I know, is that William Tate was just basically like, he had some kind of fakakta lawsuit, and I guess this is what they did to settle it outside of court. Was just basically like, hey, do you want to run an entire education system? It's like, hell yeah. Would you you suit us so good, you want to run the whole thing?
Here's the pernicious nature of it. It has slipped into Christianity, this whole new movement, progressive Christianity. Even my daughter, who graduated from Liberty University just about a year and a half ago, critical race theory was a part of her curriculum within the degree in psychology.
That was another fucking. I'm not sure if it's a straw man
Holy
or
crap!
a red
Look
herring.
how dumb Thick he is. He actually did what the Muslims do. He took his failure and is actually uploading it on his own channel. I dared him to do it, and now he's doing it. I freaking love it. Oh, Thicky, I'm so glad you're that dumb. Thank you for that. Appreciate it.
Well, when the
Anyway,
Mandela effect happens in his universe, he'll win. He'll win the
It
debate.
was my pleasure to toy with your little mind, Josh. Bye.
I want to ask about with Kenny and Rob here, what they think about, for instance, Heiser's view on Elohim being including the spirits of dead human beings.
What?
Okay, my son. Here you go. An
Do you think
epic.
that's legit?
Just to
I
add a
answered
little
it
more
the other
emphasis,
day, actually.
a little bit more emphasis on the critical race theory that really began a while ago. You know who the real biological father of Barack Obama is, right? Frank Marshall Davis. Joel Gilbert wrote that book, Dreams from My Real Father, and that guy Frank Marshall Davis was an outright card-carrying communist. He was working with the Russians. He was a spy.
Well, that's another thing. That's another thing that pisses me off. Is I maybe Sam, you need to correct John on this, because I said that Karl Marx was the biggest Shonda in history.
Yeah,
like he's literally spawned an entire, because he inspired Nietzsche too, who inspired fucking
Hitler,
Uncle Hankety Clankety, Mr. Adolf Hitler himself. So it's like you can't say that because. Oh, somebody's got a mute. Okay, there we go.
But you know who was a predecessor to Karl Marx in the century prior to Karl Marx, or was it 2 centuries prior? It was that guy Thomas More, who wrote the book Utopia, and he was a Jesuit. He was a Vatican Jesuit operative, and he was the one who inspired, if not inspired, he was like he gave Karl Marx most of his ideas. So Karl Marx wrote the Communist Manifesto and Das Kapital, going off of the book Utopia, written by Thomas More.
Well, we could play chicken and egg with this all day long, but
but basically, Karl Marx was a European elitist, and he was in the closet homosexual, and he was also a Satanist. And his family converted to Christianity. He was
and he was a Dago, and everything else I don't like. Right?
He was basically a stooge. He was a useful idiot. He lived as an elitist. He lived a privileged life. You know, he was upper class European bourgeois, and he wrote what he wrote because basically he was serving his master, the devil.
All right.
He was a Satanist.
Seems like everybody's a Satanist nowadays, so you'll have to pardon me for being like, "Oh, Satanist," and then shutting my brain off, because literally I've heard everyone.
I'm not just reducing it to that label of him, but the man had many hidden agendas, and he had many hidden sponsors, and all of this is coming to light. He wasn't really genuine or organically, a philosopher or an economist. He was basically a mind-bending propagandist and an evil scumbag, that served his masters. And there are links from Marx going straight to the Jesuits in the Vatican.
You're telling me. So wait, you're telling me, Sam, that Catholics are evil? Oh my God, I've never heard that before.
No, I'm not. I don't want to make a generalization about Catholics.
Oh, I do. I was being sarcastic.
It's they're born into a religion that has duped them. That has very nefarious origins and roots.
Yeah, I don't really buy into conspiracy theories. Quite skeptical of that kind of stuff.
But most of what I stated is fact. The guy was born to a German Jewish family that converted to Catholicism in order to climb the ranks of society in Germany, because those were the rules at the time. The Jews were given like a glass ceiling that they couldn't break through unless they converted to Christianity or Catholicism. So that's what happened with that.
That smuggles in the notion that Catholicism is inherently evil, and I don't buy that.
No. I'm just saying that Thomas More, that wrote the book Utopia, I believe it was in the 17th century, was a predecessor to Marx, and he was a Jesuit, and he was pushing communist ideas and ideology, well before Karl Marx did. And the Jesuits had a very nefarious, insidious reason for wanting what would eventually evolve into Marxism and communism to arise. They manipulated it, like they manipulate a lot of things. Just the same as they are the Byzantine Catholics of the sixth century, the early 6th century, had a big hand in sponsoring and promoting Muhammad and the rise of Islam.
I know you're not trying to.
Don't know.
That's not a conspiracy theory. That's a conspiracy fact.
Kenny, I
I
know
know
you're
a
not
lot
trying
about
to
church
paint.
history, so
I know you're not trying to paint, trying not to paint rather all Catholics as inherently evil, but 10,667 little boys can't be wrong. Just saying. I mean, that's a little more than one little oopsie, don't you think?
No. What when someone says Catholicism, I'm looking at the last 2,000 years, not necessarily a modern snapshot of it.
You mean
Certainly
so
there's
not
something
the
wrong
past
with
2,000
what's going
years, but certainly the last 1,000 years.
Well, you could take Islam back to 1,400 years ago, and you see the direct hand of the Byzantine Catholics in molding and sponsoring that religion.
Well, that's kind
and the reasons
Kenny,
they had for doing it are very clear. They're very transparent.
So, are you saying it's the Eastern Orthodox? Because there's a difference between
No, there
Roman
was.
Catholic
This was
and
before.
Orthodox.
This was before the schism of the church. The Byzantine.
Well, there's still.
It was during the time of Heraclius. He was a Byzantine emperor, and during his reign, the schism occurred between the Catholics and the Eastern Orthodox. But during his reign, Muhammad came to power, and the rise of Islam had begun, and it was sponsored by the Catholic Byzantines under Heraclius's rule. And it was done for political and geopolitical reasons. There was a war raging between the Persians and the Byzantines. The Jews had allied themselves with the Sasanians, the Persians. A plague had devastated the Byzantine Empire. It got rid of nearly half the population. The Byzantines had been weakened. Their military had been weakened. They were losing the war against the Sasanians, all right, and the Jews. The Bedouins, the Nabatean Bedouins, were already being used and paid for as mercenaries by the Byzantines. They concocted a religion for them in order to make a cohesive, unified force to take their place that they could no longer hold. All right, that's why
was this under the leadership of the Patriarch of Constantinople?
No. Heraclius, the Emperor Heraclius.
No, I'm asking if it was official Eastern Church movement
or
just a schism.
But pay attention, the Eastern Church had not formed yet. This is before the schism of the church.
The Eastern Church has always been Eastern. There's five major bishoprics, one in Rome.
Yeah, but they were all Catholic at the time. This is before the schism and the war that arose between Catholic Christianity and Orthodox Christianity.
Do you know that Catholic simply means universal? It's
not universal. I know, but there was a schism in the early 6th century that led to the rise of the Orthodox Church.
Okay.
All right.
So
this is before that. This is before that.
Wait.
This is before that. And I'm saying the Muslim Arabs, they walked into Jerusalem without any resistance. All right. They were about to take over Jerusalem by the Byzantines.
Now I remember Sam. It's the guy that hates all the goyim. Oh, okay, it's all coming together now. All right.
Yeah.
All right. So
you're homosexual, right? You motherfucker.
Hey, you know what? What's Tel Aviv other than the homosexual capital of the Middle East? You dumb short faggot. Why don't we ask Russia to get better missiles for the Palestinians, dude?
Oh, yeah, you take it up the ass from your father, you fuck.
Sam, these nuts in your mouth. All right, so
Smokey,
I've
got
a question for you too.
Oh, Jesus Christ! Okay, so Smokey, why don't you just tell me what you want to do?
Hey,
at
Rob
some
was
point.
going to say something there.
I want Rob to talk. Is what I want to happen.
Okay, got it.
All right. So Smokey,
I've had my fun trolling and pretending to be a troll and all that stuff, right? So, but I have to go to sleep. So much love to you, brother, and much love to everyone in this
Love
room.
you, Rob. Thank you so much, man. I
Yeah,
hope you have a
absolutely.
really, really
See
great
you later, Rob. It was a pleasure.
It does feel weird pretending to be weird. so yeah, but
you know, you pull it off, Rob. You're still okay in a very sophisticated type of way. You pull it off, different than most. But yeah, well done, sir.
Okay.
Thank you so much for joining the show. I hope you have a very, very pleasant evening.
Well, God bless to all of you.
See you, Father.
See
Again,
you,
sorry for
son.
that lightsaber into the chest again.
Oh, that's all right. That pierced right into my heart. That shows you love.
I know. Bye bye.
So Smokey and Will,
It's
I was
halfway
wanting to
between.
ask you-
It's halfway between funny and cringe, but I love it anyway. So sorry, Brett. Go ahead.
I was going to say, it looks like StreamYard has put time limits on these damn things. That sucks when they do that.
What do you mean time limits?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Now whenever I go to do a broadcast or whatever, it says you're almost out of time on your stuff, and I've only done a couple hangouts.
Do you have a free StreamYard or a paid StreamYard?
And I got the free crap.
Yeah, that would be why.
Oh man! So they put limitations on it now.
Well, I don't know if it's limitations on streaming or if it's limitations on the recording part of the streaming. You may have to read up on that. I'm not sure how they've parsed that out.
Well, I'm looking at the upgrade thing. It says 20 hours a month, and that's it.
How much is
really?
the paid StreamYard?
$20.
Is that
think there's a couple
a
tiers.
year, a month?
No, it's $20 Yeah, it's $20 a month. But here's the rub: StreamYard almost always forgets to bill monthly. I paid maybe like 2 or 3 times a year.
Oh, they
don't.
You can pay it for a year though, right? And then it's less. If you pay for a year
You
up front.
can, but they seem to forget so much that it's almost pointless. You just put in the $20 on a gift card or something, and you never, and they just let it keep going until one day it's like you're about to run out of time. It's almost like their software doesn't know like how much time you actually have left.
Well, Andy just came up with a brilliant idea out there in comments. So I appreciate that. That is an interesting way of looking at it. But I am thinking about getting the $25 service because I used to like the overlays and bugging the piss out of people with stuff like that.
Yeah, I still have some of your old stuff. Like, hold on, let me go check this out. Should be right here at the top. No, that's in banners. Oh, here it is.
Shut up, bitch! Go fix me a turkey pot pie.
Yeah.
And I still have this one too.
Fuck out of here and go to the.
Yeah. Those are all
Yeah, you
Brett.
said some good clips on there. It still shows that I got all those clips in the account. I'd have to upgrade in order to use them.
Yeah. What a Shonda. What an actual fucking Shonda that is. Oh boy.
I'm
Remember,
hopefully
Sam,
gonna
I
be.
was like, you're literally doing a Shonda right now, Sam. Please,
Really?
please. No, in the other stream when Smokey was calling you a faggot and you were calling him a retard or whatever. Like, it was pretty funny. It's like it's like, Sam, calm
Hey,
down.
how did you figure out that was a veterinary office there? You have very perceptive kind of a sense.
Because I work in fucking hospitals all the time. It didn't look like, unless it was a hospital in the third world run by some fucking Indian that don't speak English or fucking Hindi or Urdu. You know what I mean? And I didn't perceive that. I mean, like literally, it's either a vet's office or it's it's like a fucking. As a hospital in Kolkata. It's one of the two.
Did you say Eridu in there?
I said Urdu, yeah, because in some parts of India they speak Urdu. So
My dad speaks both Hindi and Urdu.
White people call it Arabic.
All right. Well, I went
My
ahead
mom
and
speaks
clicked the
that.
damn upgrade button on it. So Sam, you're
okay
one of
for
these.
that.
What was that about Goyim hating? What was that all about, Sam? You got problems?
Yeah, I'm getting accused here of being a Gentile hating Jew. I don't hate you, motherfuckers. I don't. I'm just trying to help you.
You motherfuckers.
Listen to you. You listen to you. So what's the problem? You trying to save people? Is that what it is?
I'm not trying to save anyone. I'm just participating in a conversation. I
All
thought
right.
it was
Well, you know
more-
what? This show, people know what this show was, and I actually have other things to do. So, and I'm not going to listen to the Spurg over there. Just to go on all this revisionist, historical, absolute, complete and utter nonsense because he's a bigot.
Right.
He's a hateful, evil, non-Jew hating, goyim despising,
The
bigoted.
guy that has a vision of the death.
And you know what?
As his meme, as his
Your
avatar.
state,
How
your
lovely.
state licenses
That's fucking
gays.
beautiful.
So I don't know
to have
who you
this
are.
Evil vision of death smoking
I don't know
around
who
in
you
hell.
are.
That's very,
Dude.
very. Yeah,
I don't know
yeah,
who the
loving.
hell
That's
you think
very
you
loving. That's very Christian of you. Yeah.
Are you going to shut the hell up? And
Fuck
let me
you, you
talk
motherfucker!
on
You
my
chicken guy, you
show?
cocksucker!
You can
Go
believe
fuck
show?
your mother, you cocksucking.
You know what? Do me a
bitch.
favor and put him in the
Fuck
back so I can say
you.
my final words.
Yeah,
Put him in the
You
back.
know, that is steam and not smoke or flames. It's about
There you
the
go.
mist. Our
It's actually
lives.
By the way,
James
he left before I could even hit the button.
Good, glad to hear. So here's the thing, and he won't let me talk while he's in the room because he can't emotionally handle it. This man that I dare to even call him that, this thing, this reprehensible, hypocritical cockroach of a thing, is going to talk all about his just vehement hatred for anything non-Jew. And let me tell you something, Sam. Okay, if it wasn't for non-Jews, if it wasn't for good Christians, you probably wouldn't even be here because your ancestors would have all been gassed into absolute annihilated extinction. Okay, it was good Christian men and women in a Christian nation that decided to rise up to protect the remnant of the Jewish people. And it was also us that helped back the idea that you are even able to have this sliver of land in a region surrounding a bunch of people that want to hate and destroy you. And up to this point, we have been a bastion of aid to you and your little country over there that you are just trying to make work while you are surrounded by a bunch of enemies that want to completely annihilate you all the time. You are an embarrassment. You, sir, are definitionally a Shonda to Judaism and the nation of Israel itself. Every time you open your idiot, hateful, bigoted, disgusting, ignorant mouth, you make us all regret the sacrifices of those that have died and shed their blood to allow for a free speech environment in the Middle East where you are allowed to be that offensive, that stupid, that ignorant, that oblivious, and that hateful. Because let's face it, if it wasn't for Christians, you'd be living on Muslim soil right now, and your head would be on a pike.
If
Tell
I
us
may
what
add
you
to
really
that-
feel, Smokey. Amen.
Oh my God, I beat
If I
to
may
it, Brett.
add to that, the leadership there in Israel know beyond a shadow of a doubt that the evangelical Christian is their greatest friend and ally.
Sam is everything wrong with what is over in Judaism. Hypocrisy, obliviousness, arrogance, hatred, idiocy, despising anything Christian, despite the fact that he wouldn't even be sitting there spewing his crap if it wasn't for Christians.
Don't talk.
Disgusting.
Don't talk to Kenny like that either.
Anyway, this show was what it was. I regret actually even having the lack of control of the stream in a sense and being slightly distracted because I really would have done this with Sam earlier in the show. But nonetheless, it is what it is. The show is what it is. So
Yeah, well, I was kind of hoping you would flag me down if you wanted to fucking.
well, it's okay. I did it at the tail end, so it's fine. I have some other things to see to anyway. We'll enjoy the rest of the show. Appreciate it, and thank you everyone that
Yeah,
showed
we're
up.
probably gonna wrap it here soon. Just
Beautiful.
get people's. If anybody has
Excellent.
anything, milk
Well,
it for what it's worth.
Peace of
All right.
Christ to the saints and Kylo and Brett.
Almost
and
40
appreciate you
people
guys.
watching. That's ridiculous.
Is it really? Okay, well, I can't see that, so that's wonderful. So thank you guys. Appreciate it. I hope you have yourselves a very, very lovely day. Praise God. Take care of yourselves, and yeah, take care.
Karis and shalom, my friend.
All right, see you later, Smokey. Have a good one. No Gorm jobs for cheap. So, Will, I after you do end up closing us out, I think I'm going to open up something today because I am bored out of my damn mind. And no, Sam, you're not welcome. I don't want to hear your bullshit. I'm not in the mood. I got to get my tolerance level up in order to deal with that kind of hatred.
I'll come
Yeah,
over
before
there,
I do
Brett,
anything
as well.
else. Yeah, well, yeah. Actually, I'll enjoy. Yeah, because Smokey wanted to do a coffee and comments, but he got kind of tied up at the office, if you know what I'm saying. So, I was like, hey, can I do it? And I think he regrets everything about that decision at this
Hey,
point.
can you send a link out to Vaughn so he can come in? I haven't heard shit about the flat Earth and lizard aliens breaking through the firmament for a while.
Brett, I hate to break your little crooked, broken, black heart, but I'm pretty sure Vaughn hates your rotten guts.
No, Vaughn came in to Hangout about 2 Hangouts ago and stuff, and I even told him that I shit talked him and stuff because he pissed me off. But he's like, "Oh, it's all good. You go open up a chat on Friday." I'm like, "Yeah."
Oh,
So-
who the fuck knows what Vaughn
Well,
thinks
you
then?
know
Because he
how
was
it
the
is,
one.
dude. Well, we all have our damn moments where we hate on each other for about 5 minutes. We get over it.
Let's take advantage of Kenny being here. Ask him some questions. Just my thought.
Who, Vaughn?
No, Kenny, Kylo Ken.
Just a suggestion.
We
Ken,
can go over
if you
to,
want to come
Brett's
over,
channel. Yeah, because I think
Ken,
Bill
we
wants to
we
stream.
talk about a lot of crazy shit over on my deal and stuff like that. It's pretty Smokey. One of the things I like about him is he tries to come up with subject matters and organization. Me, I just let all the fucking asylum loose into my room. It's crazy.
And same to you. Thank you, Janice. Appreciate it.
And Will teaches me about
He's-
cartoons and video games, right?
Yeah.
Oh,
Sam is a regular. Yes, he is on Christians, Muslims, pagans, and Jews. Sam's over there all the time. So if you like his particular form of anti, what would you call it? Gentilism? Is there a anti-goyamism? Then Christians, Muslims, pagans, and Jews. That's the channel. But yeah. If it
Well,
wasn't for-
let me know when you're ready, Will.
Yeah, I will. I'm probably gonna shut this down here in a minute, because everybody's gonna be over on Brett's channel when Brett opens his thing anyway. Unless chat had something for me, I'm trying to I'm looking at comments. I've got 82 unread comments, so I'm like trying to fish through here to see if there's a nugget in the turds. You know, a nugget of gold. I should be more specific. So. I have at least 4 accounts with StreamYard, and when one of them runs out, I simply flick over to another. Yeah, well, there's an idea. That's a situation.
Yeah, I went ahead. I upgraded, so now you guys are gonna see all the cute little clips I put on there and shit. It's all good.
This is one of the more popular streams, even with all the autism that happened. Well, that's nice. It's nice to know that people don't hate me as much as fucking Skyout says. By the way, Skyout, what is wrong with you? Why would you be friends with somebody like this? Just kidding. He knows what it is. I will vote this down. No CRT whatsoever. Okay. Brilliant. Thanks for flag Paul fucking channel. Thanks for the dislike. Appreciate it.
Hey, I'm gonna bow out here and eat something real fast, and I'll see.
Yeah,
you
I
over
need
on
a
Brett's channel
cigarette,
there,
and I gotta take a dump or something anyway, or whatever.
See you later, guys.
See you later, guys. All right, thanks for watching, Brett. You're gonna be over on your channel in a little bit.
Yeah, just come over to God TV Radio, Brett Keane, and if you see a damn manatee or a kangaroo with my head on it, that's not my channel. Just click on my comment out there. Well, thanks for having me. Always a pleasure to hang out with you and Smokey. Anytime you guys open the room, just send me a link and I'll come in and bother you.
No problem. Anytime. Let me see if I can actually get that. I'll turn my camera back on since I'm the only one in the room. I'm gonna see if I can actually get that link. I'm gonna try to send it over to myself to Brett's channel because I have a hard time finding it too. So I imagine you guys are gonna have just as hard of a time. And it usually is some kind of a fucking zoo over there. Because Smokey had to text it to me last night. I was like, "What do you mean TJ's getting interviewed?" I don't know. Oh, tell me the link's fucking broken again. No, we're good. All right, let me get it over here. I had it. Oh, fuck. Just burped. I got to do 6 dozen fucking things to get a link over here because of all the fucking machinery I got going on. And we're going to fucking. We're going to get fucking food, I guess, as well. Neat. Send the link to my shelf situation. Send it over to Facebook. Click the link on fuck. Oh, that's Afterlife Simulation. Well, where's Brett's main channel? Well, anyway, good luck, I guess. See you later. I don't know where it is either. Peace and blessings. You tell him to fix his tags or whatever shit pain in the ass to go to. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what the fuck to tell you. I'll start linking his shit so we can find it. God TV radio. Fuck it. We'll go on an adventure quick. God TV radio. What is it now? Live show by Brett Keane. Is that it? I gotta go do a whole fucking. Gotta go through hoops. Oh, that's me. That's his Vimeo. Does Brett Keane still have a channel? This one says live in 9 days. Okay, cool. All right, here we go. Oh, get that fucking noise out of my ear. He literally just went live like a second ago. I don't fucking know, but anyway, here's the link for everyone who's interested. That's where it is. I need a cigarette and I need to put more fucking deodorant on because there's no airflow or air conditioning in this room and it smells like an anchovies cunt in here. Maybe a little bit of Burger King. So there it is. Apparently you can't post links on Twitch. Oh, no, you can. There it is. I don't know if anybody's watching on Facebook or Twitch, but that's for you too. Hoes and slags beware. Hell yeah. That's what's going on. All right, I'm done. Thanks for watching. Bye.